What if every story you've ever been told about money is only half the truth? Millions of people wake up every day believing their struggle for money is because of them. Their job, their economy, their family, their lack of luck. Maybe you know this feeling too. You work longer hours than ever, cut corners, stretch every penny. Yet somehow, no matter how much you chase it, money stays one step away. Have you ever wondered why that is? You hear people say, money doesn't grow on trees, or you've got to work twice as hard if you want to get ahead. But what if it's not about harder work or waiting for luck to turn? Neville Goddard once said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." What if your finances have nothing to do with your bank, your paycheck, or your boss, but everything to do with what you assume about money deep inside? Most people never stop to ask, who gave me these beliefs? Why do I hold on to them? They move through life thinking money is ruled by markets, governments, or someone else's decision. But here's what I want you to see tonight. Money is ruled by spiritual law. Laws older than any economy, deeper than any paycheck. Laws that respond to your inner vibration, not your outer hustle. Stay with me, because I'm not here to give you tips you'll forget by tomorrow. I want you to see why some people effortlessly attract wealth while others sweat and struggle for scraps. Why some lose everything, then rebuild faster than before. It's not random, it's not luck, it's law. So let's set the record straight. Money is not emotional. Money does not care if you're a good person or a bad one. Money simply obeys the frequency you broadcast. This brings us to the first law. I call it the law of word. Neville said, "Your word is your wand." Every word you speak is a seed. Every phrase you repeat is an order you send into the unseen. If you say, "I'm always broke," you've written your financial future in stone. If you say, "I never have enough," the universe listens like an obedient servant. As you wish. But if you declare with calm authority, "My supply is abundant. Money flows to me freely, under grace, in perfect ways," you plant a new mold. Most people speak like beggars describing the weather. They tell everyone their bank balance, their debt, their fear, and then wonder why more fear arrives tomorrow. Here's your shift tonight. You do not use your mouth to describe your condition. You use your mouth to prescribe it. You don't repeat what is, you command what must be. When your spoken word aligns with your assumed feeling, you activate spiritual law. And once law is active, money has no choice but to find you, through channels you never imagined. So pause here and remember, every word you speak writes your financial story. Speak like it's done, because in truth, it is. Say this now, just 3 words. It's already mine. Small words, but spoken with belief, they shift timelines. Feel how they settle in your chest, how they stand taller than fear. It doesn't matter what your bank account says today. The truth is bigger than numbers. Speak it, breathe it, and let it echo through you. If you want to ground it even deeper, write it in the comments below. Typing it is you telling your mind, "This is law now." Speak it. Write it. Watch it move. This is where most people drift. They whisper a word once and expect a lifetime's worth of change. But spiritual law doesn't bow to casual suggestion. It answers to consistent declaration. So as you breathe that phrase, it's already done, remember? Your mouth is not a thermometer reporting what is. It's a thermostat setting what must be. Every word you speak goes ahead of you, like a builder shaping walls you'll soon walk through. So guard that door. Speak only what you want multiplied. If you wouldn't plant rotten seeds in your garden, stop planting powerless words in your life. And here's what makes this so powerful. Words do not work alone. The moment they leave your lips, they carry a frequency that the law responds to, whether for wealth or for lack. This is why you've seen people who say, I can't afford that, and life nods and says, okay. They think it's harmless, but the universe is always listening. So you shift the pattern by speaking what you choose, not what you fear. Now, this brings us to the next piece that most never see coming, the law of circulation. Because once you speak the word, you must let the energy move. Money is not meant to be hoarded, clutched, or hidden under spiritual fear. It's spirit in motion. It lives to flow. When you circulate money, spend it, invest it, share it with intention, you declare your trust in divine supply. Most people get stuck here. They speak wealth but grip every dollar like it might run away forever. They panic over bills, stress over tips, feel regret after every payment. But Neville reminded us, what you hold in fear shrinks. What you release in faith multiplies. Think about your last bill you paid. Did you curse it under your breath? Or did you bless it as proof that money moves through you easily, always replaced by more? Because here's the hidden code. Every transaction is a spiritual broadcast, a silent instruction that tells the law how you expect it to treat you next. When you pay for your coffee, do it with a quiet word. This comes back multiplied. When you send money for rent, whisper more where that came from. You're not just paying, you're circulating. You're giving spirit permission to replenish. This is not superstition, it's cause and effect. What you fearfully hoard stops moving. Like a river dammed up, growing stale. But what you circulate with faith returns, pressed down and flowing over. Neville said, assume you are what you desire to be, and you will become it. Circulation is proof of your assumption. When you move money freely, you are telling the unseen, I trust the source, not the supply. I trust that the well is bottomless. I trust that my spoken word and my actions agree. So how do you practice circulation now? Start small. Bless every outgoing dollar. Write. More comes back. On your invoices, your receipts, or say it under your breath at the checkout line. Train your subconscious to see money not as gone, but as growing. And here's something simple, but powerful. Gratitude seals circulation. When you spend, thank the money for serving you, and thank the law for returning it with interest. This tiny ritual turns an ordinary expense into a spiritual transaction. So say it again. It's already done. And let that word not just shape your mouth, but your wallet, your choices, your generosity. Now that you see the word and the flow, we step into the hidden glue that binds them. We both know how easy it is to drift back to the old story once the video ends, but you don't have to do this alone. Subscribing means this reminder, this alignment stays close, so you stay close to your power. If this feels like truth, click that button and keep this channel as your spiritual checkpoint. The law of assumption. Let's slow this down, because this is the turning point for you. This is the bridge between wanting money and being the one money serves. Neville Goddard called it simple. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. Those 7 words can bend your entire financial life. Most people beg the world to change first. They plead for the economy to fix itself, for the boss to pay more, for the client to appear. But what does that say? It says the world is the master and you are the servant. When you live by the law of assumption, you flip that order forever. You stop begging, you declare. You stop wishing, you wear it as truth. You stop waiting for signs, you become the sign. Right now, not when your account balance says so, not when the debt is gone. Now, you stand as the wealthy one in consciousness first, and the world has no option but to obey the signal you broadcast. Take this in. You do not attract money by chasing it like prey. You summon it like a king calls for his gold. This is the essence Neville gave us. Creation is finished. Your wealth, your abundance, your security, it already exists. Not in your bank account yet, but in the only place that truly matters, your consciousness. So how do you use this? You step into the state. You assume it's yours now. You walk, talk, spend, breathe like the one who knows it's done. When you look at the bill, you don't shrink back. You smile within. It's already covered. It's already done. When you sit at the table with wealthy people, you don't feel smaller. You know they are mirrors of the version of you that is already wealthy. And when doubt creeps in at night and your mind rattles with old fears, you gently remind yourself, I am the one who decides, and I decide. It's already done. Listen, this is not about lying to yourself. It's about reprogramming the only thing that creates reality, your state. Want proof? Look at every time you assumed you were broke, unlucky, stuck. Didn't life mirror it back? Your assumptions run the whole show, so why not run them consciously? The law of assumption means you live from the end, not towards it, from it. You wake up rich in spirit, so the world rushes to match it in form. Imagine tomorrow you open your eyes and say softly, it's already done. I am wealthy now. You rise from bed like someone whose supply is certain. You sip your coffee like someone who is free. You make your next decision, not as the struggler, but as the wealthy governor of your life. This is not fake. This is faith. This is how you bend the seen to match the unseen. So practice it today. When you pay, when you receive, when you plan, pause and say, it's already done. And to anchor this deeper, write it below in the comments. It's already done. Your words are seeds. Written, they root deeper. Spoken, they blossom faster. You're not waiting on money. Money is waiting on your assumption. You're not chasing. You're choosing. And if you keep this alive in you, the world must obey. Because your assumption is law, and law never returns void. So here's your line. It's already done. Let the echo of it move through your chest like a calm drumbeat. Let it run through your veins like certainty. Say it tonight. Say it tomorrow. Say it until the outer world folds to match. This is not effort. This is authority. This is not hoping. This is becoming. And this, my friend, is why Neville's work lives on. Because assumption, once lived, sets you free. Forever. You and I both know, when this video ends, the old world tries to creep back in, but you don't have to slip back to the old story alone. When you subscribe here, you keep this alignment within reach, like an anchor that steadies you when doubt whispers. If this feels right, click subscribe now. Keep this voice close whenever you need it. Before you can ever send something out to circulate, before you boldly invest or give with confidence, there's an invisible switch that must flip inside you first. It's the bridge between what you assume and what the world mirrors back. It's what magnetizes the opportunities, the connections, the hidden doors that match your new inner state. And most people miss this bridge entirely. They jump from hoping to forcing, never realizing there's a magnetic force working whether they see it or not. This is where the next law comes in, the law of attraction. See, most people misunderstand attraction completely. They think attraction is about wanting. Wanting is weak. Wanting says, I don't have. And so the law faithfully mirrors that lack, giving you more, not having. You cannot attract wealth while your vibration is soaked in wanting. You attract what you are. This is what Neville meant when he said, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. He didn't say, change what you want. He said, change who you believe you are. Right now, every word you speak, every thought you repeat, every casual feeling you entertain, all of it combines into one frequency. That frequency is your magnet, and the world, down to the penny in your bank account, is the echo. You may say, I am abundant, but if your hidden feeling is, I'm still waiting, you'll keep waiting. You may tell your friends, this is my year, But if your nights are full of fear, the signal is fear. And so fear returns, in one form or another. So what do you do instead? You become the state. You assume it's already done. You stand in the wish fulfilled, not someday, but now. And the law of attraction does not question you. It reflects you. You don't chase wealth. You become wealth. You don't hustle for opportunity. You radiate the frequency that opportunity can't ignore. You don't beg the universe. You command by embodying the state that must be matched. This is the law. Simple, certain, unfailing. Neville would say, feel it real. The moment your vibration matches the state, reality must respond. Your actions, your words, your choices, they start to align automatically because you are no longer pretending. You are it. If this makes sense, anchor it now. Write in the comments, I attract what I am. Say it aloud once more. I attract what I am. Feel the calm in your chest as you do. That calm is your power. That knowing is your magnet. And when the doubts rise, and they will, do not beg, do not argue. Return to the simple truth. You attract what you are. Hold this law close. It's the bridge between circulation and return. It's the reason the money you release returns multiplied, because your state commands the echo. Keep your vibration honest. Keep your state pure. And watch the world bend to match it. Not someday, but now. The hardest part isn't hearing the truth, it's staying close to it when life gets noisy again. Subscribing here is you setting up a gentle guardrail for your mind, a promise to yourself that you won't drift too far from what you know now. If this message feels like your home frequency, hit subscribe and hold it near. Everything you've done so far, speaking your word, circulating your money, assuming the feeling, attracting by your vibration, all of it stands or falls on this hidden cornerstone, your identity. Most people never touch it. They try every technique, buy every course, repeat every affirmation, but nothing sticks because their identity stays the same. Neville said it best, you cannot rise higher than the concept of yourself. If you secretly see yourself as someone who always almost gets ahead but never truly wins, the universe must echo that script. If your core says, I'm a struggler, a survivor, not a born success, then the laws have no choice. They must mirror that blueprint. You don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are. So pause here. Be honest with yourself for a breath. Who have you secretly been being? What do you tell yourself about you when no one's listening? Most people drag an outdated identity like an anchor. Childhood echoes, family labels, old debts, old stories. All of that shapes your inner I am. And your I am is the cause behind every dollar, every opportunity, every outcome. The only way to rise higher is to shift the I am. You don't tack new dreams onto an old self-concept. You become the one who has it. Now Neville said, assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But what does that mean? It means you walk, speak, decide as the one who already is, not tomorrow. Now, the law of identity says, your world cannot outgrow you, so you must outgrow your old world inside yourself first. Think about it. You can open your mouth and say, I am wealthy 1,000 times. But if your core still whispers, I'm the type who struggles, the old vibration wins. So here's the practice. Every day, you assume the new identity. You write it. You speak it. You move as it. You walk to pay a bill as a wealthy person would. You answer the phone as one who expects good news. You check your account as one who trusts money multiplies. No one needs to know you're doing it, but the law knows. And the law obeys identity first. If you want money to stick, if you want doors to stay open, if you want abundance to feel normal, then become the kind of person for whom it's normal. That's the whole secret. So let's anchor it now. Speak this line softly, or write it in the comments if you want to seal it in your field. I am wealth in motion. Simple, certain. Identity first. This is not fantasy. It's physics of the soul. Your nervous system accepts what you feed it daily. Your subconscious reprograms when your actions match your assumption. Your whole reality rearranges to stay loyal to your I am. So be gentle, but firm. When the old stories pop up, smile at them. Don't argue. Just say, "That's not me anymore," and move on in the new state. Behind every lasting fortune you admire, there's a simple truth. That person changed who they are, not just what they do. So do the same. Your identity is the throne. Sit on it. Claim it. Guard it with word, thought, breath, and deed, and watch how all the other laws bend to it. Write it now in the comments if you haven't yet. I am wealth in motion. Let it echo. Let it settle. Let it become. Because from here, one final law seals the circle. The law that locks the gates, keeps the flow alive, and makes you unstoppable. You know, the old story loves to pull you back the moment you turn this off, but you're not meant to hold this alone. When you subscribe, you're giving yourself an easy way to return to this truth anytime you waver. So do this for you. Tap subscribe now, and let this be your safe return point when you need to remember who you are. If the law of identity is the throne, then obedience is the guard at the gate. This is the final piece, the glue that holds your entire demonstration together. You see, spiritual law is precise, but it's not pushy. It never bullies you. It waits. It listens for your rhythm. It responds to consistency, not desperate bursts of effort. This is where so many people fall short. They dabble. They test. They skip days. They speak an affirmation here and there, but when the world pushes back, they fold. Neville called it persistence in assumption. It means you obey the feeling of the wish fulfilled, no matter what your eyes see. If your identity is wealth in motion, then obedience is how you walk it out daily. Not once. Not when you feel inspired, but when you'd rather not. Obedience means you show up for your new self like a vow. You do not speak prosperity at sunrise and cancel it at lunch with complaints. You do not assume wealth in your meditation and then rehearse lack in conversation. You do not say, "I am wealth in motion," then gossip about fear with broke-minded people. Obedience is spiritual discipline, not rigid, not forced, but loyal. Loyal to the law, loyal to your word, loyal to the new identity. Behind every demonstration that sticks, you'll find someone who obeyed the law when it wasn't convenient. They tithed in faith when money looked tight. They circulated with blessing when fear said, "Hold back." They spoke wealth when evidence said, "Nothing's working." This is the part where the old self tries to test you. A bill shows up. Will you flinch? A doubt creeps in. Will you talk about it? The phone rings with bad news. Will you declare defeat? Or will you stand still and obey the rhythm you chose? Obedience doesn't mean never slipping. It means catching the slip and stepping right back in line. The laws do not punish you for being human. They simply wait for your alignment to relock. Neville said, "Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption." That's obedience. Not begging, not hoping, not overthinking. Just gentle, daily loyalty to the new state. So this is the invitation now. If you truly want wealth to become natural, you obey the law until it feels so normal you no longer have to think about it. You speak prosperity until your words default to wealth. You circulate money with faith until giving feels safer than hoarding. You assume abundance until your nervous system trusts it more than struggle. This is rhythm. This is mastery. It is not the loudest prayer, not the biggest vision board, not the longest affirmation list. It's daily obedience. This is what separates people who read about abundance from people who live it. Obedience means your vibration stays loyal when your mind wants to panic. It means your tongue stays sacred when your ego wants to gossip about struggle. It means you watch your mouth like a bank vault because every word is money in motion. So here's how you hold yourself to this. Morning, declare your identity. I am wealth in motion. Midday, catch stray words, replace them, stay loyal. Evening, circulate money with blessing, speak over every transaction. And when your old self shows up, welcome it, but don't obey it. The obedient soul becomes unstoppable because nothing external has the power to break the rhythm you chose. Write this in the comments now if you're ready to seal this law into your daily living. I obey divine law. Money obeys me. It's simple, but it's the final lock. Remember, the universe never resists you. It only mirrors you. When you obey these laws obey you back. Every dollar, every door, every demonstration aligns with the pattern you set. Not because you're forcing, but because you're in flow. This is your covenant. This is your authority. This is your new normal. Now, breathe. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.